Persian POTUS here from dragonblogger.com. We just wrapped our review on the Hauppauge HD PVR and thought it wouldn't hurt to provide you a helpful walkthrough on how to set this bad boy up. Make sure to gather all your cables, wires, and software that came with the device. Got 'em ready? Okay, let's get started. First, you're going to want to plug in the power and USB cables like so. Once you do that, locate the set of cables that have ends that look like these. Plug each into the appropriate slot on the bottom row. The audio cables, which are the ones that contain the red and the white jacket, should be right next to each other. Now take the end that has the PS3 attachment, or whichever attachment belongs to your console, and plug it into the back of the console. The next step is an important one if you do not want to experience any delay while you're gaming. Find the set of cables that have plugs that look like these on each end. Plug each of these cables into the appropriate slot on the top row this time. You'll notice that the audio plugs on these cables are actually a different color. Now, take the other end and insert those plugs into a component input on the back of your television. Bear in mind that these cables are thick and may tug the plugs out, so insert them firmly and double check afterwards. You're nearly finished setting up the device. Get the USB cable again and insert it into one of your USB slots in your PC or Mac. Don't forget to check if you're plugged into the power supply too. At this point, you should be set with the connections. Get the installation CD and let it load up the software for you. After that process is out of the way, turn on your PS3 or the console that you own and switch to the correct video input. If your PS3 is still plugged in through an HDMI cable, you may have to go to the old video input it was on. Make sure to go through the display setup in order to properly configure which set of cables your PS3 displays through. Make sure it's set on component and that your audio is on audio input connector. If you do notice any audio problems, don't worry. Wait until the next step. Okay, open up the ArcSoft software that came with the Hauppauge. Select the Capture tab. This will open up the Capture window where you can configure how you want your footage to appear and what format it will export. After doing this step, I usually notice audio problems disappear. If you do hear a buzzing noise, this means you may have mixed up the way you connected your audio cables. As far as the settings I use, I don't fiddle too much with how it captures. The only thing I changed was to increase the bit rate, which improves the quality of the picture. Be sure to export in a format that your video editor can handle. I export in the PS3 format, which is actually the MT2S extension. For some reason, Adobe Premiere did not like it when I selected the ABC HD option, even though it does support that codec. Just experiment and see if your video editor does indeed like one format or another. Once all your settings are properly fine-tuned, press the capture button and enjoy the green glow. Take your time to record your footage and do whatever you want in-game, and once you're done, press the capture button again to stop it. Enjoy the result.